In this video, we'll be talking about health, and there are 8 parts to this video. Preventing getting sick means a lot of basic things. Getting enough sleep, getting good food such as fruit and veggies, exercising, getting fresh air and sunshine, keeping a distance from workmates and kids who are sick. Get a flu shot. Don't bite your fingernails, there's a lot of bacteria under them. Become very hygienic with your hand washing, especially after using the bathroom and before eating. If you're feeling sick, try to take time off work as your body needs to rest. This may be hard if you're already out of sick days and you may need the money. If your symptom gets worse, see a GP. Drink a lot of fluids, not beer or alcohol. Why don't guys go to the doctor? Men go to the doctor 3 times less than women, and there can be many reasons for this, such as generally guys prefer not to know about issues. They love living in the land of denial. Men have been taught to deal with pain, physical or emotional, in silence. Masculinity is seen as being strong, reliable, tough, resilient, in control. It's not a macho thing to get up and have a checkup. If something isn't obviously wrong or it's related to sexual health, there's even less of a reason to go. Unfortunately, this all means men suffer in silence through physical, mental, or emotional pain. Maybe a change in how men think is necessary. If guys start to think that strength and being in control of their minds and bodies also include doing something about it when something feels wrong, it will become an acceptable part of masculinity. It is still possible to seek assistance while remaining in control. Try to find a doctor that does evenings or weekends so you can go after work. Decide if you're more comfortable with a male or female doctor. Don't stay with GPs who tell you off. They should be a part of your support team. But don't be put off by one bad doctor. Try another one next time. Try to find one close to your work. If your work moves location, i.e. construction sites, try to find one close to home. If you have kids, they will be influenced by you. Show them health is important. Go with your partner and kids to the appointments. You can sneak in a general question about yourself or book in some extra time. If you think something is wrong with your mate, encourage him to go to a doctor. Lead by example and go for a yearly checkup with him. There are a number of items that men need to be aware of when it comes to their health, especially mental health. The term mental health and mental illness are often thought of meaning the same thing. But when it comes to how well we work with others, our productivity, and our happiness on the job, it is important knowing the difference. Mental illness is a disease or condition that influences the way a person thinks, feels, behaves, or relates to others. Mental illness has a wide range of disorders that affects your mood, thinking, and behavior. Some examples are depression, anxiety disorders, bipolar disorders, schizophrenia, eating disorders, PTSD, and addictive behaviors. We all experience ups and downs in our mental health. At times we may feel really down and low. Other times we may feel happy and balanced. Mental illness is when ongoing signs and symptoms cause frequent stress and affect your ability to function. Mental health, on the other hand, is about mental well-being. This includes the full range of feelings, emotions, and thoughts, whether they're good or bad. Mental health refers to our level of happiness, fulfillment, and joy. It's also about how we feel about ourselves, how well we manage problems, overcoming difficulties, and stressful events. It also includes the nature of our social relationships and our interactions with what's happening in our world. Not everyone will be diagnosed with mental illness in their lifetime, but just as with physical health, everyone has mental health. And just like physical health, how mentally healthy we are has a lot to do with how we manage our day-to-day activities, including how well we do our jobs. Many people think of mental health and mental illness in the same way, so we're often unaware of the impact of poor mental health on our lives. While physical illness is common and understandable, mental health is often ignored. Someone who feels unwell or sick may not have a serious illness, but it still affects their job performance. It may require seeing a doctor for antibiotics or simply just taking an aspirin. Whatever the case, we accept what a physical illness often makes it hard to perform at our best. Poor mental health and its impact is often overlooked. Anxiety or sadness may come from stress and problems at home. Relationship problems can cause a person to be distracted, angry, and impatient while at work. Worrying about a recent crisis, the loss of a loved one, or a sick child can have such an impact on job performance. These and many other situations affect how we think and behave and can severely impact how we do our jobs. We recognise physical illness as usually take steps to fix things, but when it comes to our mental health, we either ignore them, thinking it will get better eventually, or we think they won't get better, and that's just the way it is. Because we mistakenly believe that mental health and mental illness is the same. We don't take steps to get mentally healthier. Someone who feels unwell may not have serious physical illness. Similarly, people can have poor mental health without clinical mental illness. Everybody has times in their life when they feel down, stressed out, or overwhelmed by something that's going on. Maintaining good mental health means having the ability to think about and address problems or concerns in ways that are positive. Good mental health isn't about feeling happy and confident all the time and ignoring any problems. It's about living and coping well despite problems. The hard part for many people when addressing a mental health problem is to accept that getting help to improve their mental health often looks the same as the steps we take for mental illness. This is talking to a therapist or counsellor. People believe that seeing a counsellor is often seen the same as admitting they have a mental illness. The problem is how we feel about and respond to the things that are happening in our lives. The only solution is either to change what's happening or to change how we're thinking and responding to what's happening. Since both at home or at work, we don't have control over what happens. We need to learn new ways to think about the problems and stresses in our lives. This helps a lot with improving our mental health and emotions and responses, and then the happiness in our lives and our productivity at work. Professional therapists do more than just treat mental illness. They can also show people new ways of thinking that can help communicate in both personal and work relationships. They can teach mindfulness, which is a way to remain in the moment and be focused on what's positive right now. They can also show ways of understanding how our thought affects our behaviour, including our emotional responses. This means our actions and reactions are more productive. All of these and other techniques can improve our mood, focus, sleep, and how we manage and solve problems. Learning how to think differently can make us happier. Improving mental health means accepting that. Like with physical health, mental health professionals can help us to get better by providing tools that we wouldn't know about on our own. For physical health, the tools are often medications and physical therapies. For mental health, the tools are therapies and techniques that help us to think and respond differently to certain situations and feelings. Anyone can learn new techniques and apply these tools to improve how they think, feel, and react to stresses in life. For most people, the barriers to feeling better is to first admit mental health could improve, and then being willing to ask for help.